Hello, um, my name is Diana, and I am doing another video about Tianeptine, um, primarily because I wrote it on my whiteboard and I kind of want to check it off the list that I talk about Tianeptine, and give a bit of an update, I guess, of what's been happening. And my son might decide to pop in. I hope he doesn't, but just a warning that he might. All right, so I did create a bit of a check kind of to do like first next, so I can talk a little bit about what I don't know what I'm gonna talk about. Okay, so let me see. I wrote first Tianeptine Now and my current withdrawal. What is the date today? It's almost December? Is it December? It's Tuesday. Okay, so I stopped taking Tianeptine. Today's Tuesday, and so I've been off Tianeptine like the whole day Sunday, I think. Yeah, totally the whole day Sunday. I had some on Saturday. So if you watch my previous videos, I feel like I kind of go up and down a bit with Tianeptine. Like, my longest kind of last stretch without it was for about 2 months, and I want to talk briefly about that experience, I think, if I can. But I do want to say something really interesting I observed. So I feel like right now I'm like really healthy. Like, I work out a lot, I eat really healthy. I went on this super healthy eating program. I've lost weight, as you guys may see. I think I have. But I'm also gaining muscle, like with my arms and whatever. I don't know. I probably should have worn a different shirt, but can you listen? Like, oh, wait. Oh God. Oh my God, it shows, doesn't it? Oh. So silly. But like, people, like my friends, whatever, are noticing if I wear like sleeveless shirts or something. They're like, wow, look at your arms and the reason I'm saying this is I eat really healthy. I don't starve. Even you guys might like, oh my God, she like looks like whatever. I don't. But I eat a lot of meat, a lot of like fish, and a lot of vegetables. I don't eat dairy for the most part. I don't eat grains. But if I'm hungry, I don't starve. I don't remember the last time I starved. I even, during the withdrawal, and like Sunday was the worst, I even ate like less healthy food because I was not feeling good at all. But I do want to say that was the worst day. Like Sunday, I was for the most part like in bed, just watching some movies, sleeping, whatever. And the interesting thing is that was pretty much one day that I felt like really off, that I couldn't do a whole lot, like just like feeling really sick kind of thing. And that was like one day. And then next day, Monday, I was up at like 6 maybe before, and maybe even 5 actually, I don't remember. And I remember like thinking I want to like dance. That's what I do for my workouts. I dance a lot on a treadmill. Yeah, I know. And I was listening to some good music. I'm like, man, I want to dance right now. And I literally dressed up and I went to the gym and I worked out and it was really awesome. And it wasn't super like great. I know it wasn't like 100%. And this was yesterday, mind you. This was yesterday. and um and I was already like doing stuff. I went like to buy food, groceries, I did other things. I worked on my app. I did all these other things. And again, my worst withdrawal is restless leg. That's like the worst. Thankfully, I had some medication from before that helped me. It's like rep or something, I don't know. But the reason I'm saying is that my worst withdrawal was like one day. And from what I remember, that has never happened before. Usually, it takes me 2 to 3 days, has in the past, to recover to the point that I can like do whatever, like get things done, like get out of bed, go work out. It takes me like 2 to 3 days, usually has in the past. So this is a bit of a new discovery because I do feel like I am in like the healthiest shape, or one of the healthiest shapes of my life. Like I'm literally gaining muscle, I'm eating really healthy, for the most part, minus energy drinks sometimes or whatever. But like I feel good, and I feel that definitely had to have contributed to how quickly I recovered. Because my body is like really full of really healthy like nutrients and all this like vitamins, and from like the food that I've been consuming. Again, you guys might like, oh my god, like whatever, but I'm not like starving or anything. Even if like I look a bit different, I think, from previous videos, whatever. But I'm really not starving at all. I'm like eating healthy, like really healthy, and I love it. But I think that's really like me nourishing my body, and I think that's why the recovery was like literally a day. Literally like one day. That withdrawal, whatever, like the worst thing, seriously. So now I don't have Tianeptine. I honestly don't have money to buy it right now. Because I'm like really focused on my app that I'm doing for single parents, whatever. All the stuff behind me is part of it. I don't want to show you guys anything much. We're really creating it. So I'm not like working. I'm really focused on this thing right now. But that's okay because I have been off Tianeptine before, so I wasn't really afraid to be off of it again, because past the withdrawal, I'm like doing fine again. I do need to like, it's all about your state of mind, I think, like where you put how you think. And I did quit a couple of weeks ago, somewhere there, a month ago, I don't know. I did quit Tianeptine, but I had leftover, like I kind of willed myself to quit, even though I still had Tianeptine. And then, I don't know, a week later, whatever, I had a bit of like this really bad anxiety related to like dating. Like whatever. Like another thing I realized, or I'm learning, is I have trust issues that are really deeply ingrained from a lot of trauma and surviving my childhood, literally like a war zone, like horrible abuse, whatever. And that's something I'm still dealing and still learning and stuff. So I started taking Tianeptine again. But something interesting, like I'm kind of thinking to myself a little bit that sometimes it is not a bad thing to not have money. Or maybe there's many times actually where it's not a bad thing to not have money. Because it's like, I feel like if you have a lot of money, it's really easy to indulge. It's really easy to like keep buying a lot more Tianeptine and or whatever it is, versus being like, well, I don't have any options. And now I need to deal with this. And now I need to get to the other side. And then I'm like, oh, maybe I'm not so bad after all. And I was kind of dependent on it, Or maybe I really need to try to, as I can, deal with my trauma. Like, I think the medications are not bad, but I think at the end of the day, you kind of have to make the judgment whether this is working for you or not. And you can talk to doctors, you can talk to whoever, do research, but I think at the end of the day, the answer lies with you. Whatever you think is right for you. I think that a doctor cannot decide your life. They may know stuff, but from what I have realized and learned, doctors do not know everything for sure. I think doctors actually don't know a lot. They don't know, at least in America, they have no idea what Tianeptine is. And for me, Tianeptine is the only medication that works. And I think my brain is or has been super messed up and super broken from really, really bad stuff that happened to me in my childhood and even my adolescence, and I don't want to get into it. I talk about it more in other videos, but let me see. I wrote here when I quit Tianeptine for about 2+ months and what started to happen to me. So, this was really interesting. I quit Tianeptine for 2 to 3 months maybe. This was in summer. I think I haven't done a video in a long time. Like I'm doing right now. I haven't done one of these videos in a long time, like maybe a year. I don't know. A while. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't remember. But I quit Tianeptine for a couple months and I didn't use it at all. And some really interesting things started to happen. I would say number one, I started to have a lot of these aha moments. Like some situation, whatever would happen with my family or some guy I was dating, or like I remember feeling really depressed after I ended the relationship with somebody after like a month or whatever. And I was thinking like, why am I feeling so depressed right now? I'm the one who ended it, I could feel this wasn't going to work, and I didn't want to continue with this. Like I wasn't really attracted to this guy anymore, whatever. And I was kind of really thinking, why the fuck am I so depressed right now? And feeling so whatever. And then I think I had this, I don't remember exactly what the aha thing was, but I had this huge aha. Oh, I know what it was. It was that I think some way, subconsciously, whatever, I think I felt like I was responsible for his unhappiness. Like for him, like that I made him upset or unhappy, that it's my fault he is whatever, because I broke up. That was this huge aha thing for me. Like why? And then I think it's because because I have these beliefs, because I think this way, because this is kind of how whatever, And so that was really interesting for me to, and the thing is, once I had that big aha thing on my own, then the depression lifted, literally. The depression lifted, and I was like, oh, it's kind of like therapy, except there was no therapist. I was the one figuring this out. And, if I had Tianeptine, I would have taken it, and I would have been, good and happy. And that aha moment would not have happened, But these aha things continued to happen. You know, like a week or two later it was like another big aha. I was like, oh, this is why I do this. This is why I think like this. This is why I feel. Because I really started to question. Like, I would pause and I would be like, why am I feeling like angry right now? Why am I feeling upset or depressed or whatever? And more often, I mean, it could be something like what I just said, that I feel irresponsible for someone where I really am not. They're an adult, you know, and I felt like I did not want to continue to date that person. And I wasn't mean to them. I just said, I don't think this is gonna work, you know, I don't want to keep doing this. But a lot of times when I would be upset or something like this, or I would feel like I'm not good, it was because I wasn't taking care of myself, because I wasn't setting a boundary, or someone was crossing a boundary, and I was like, this is why. And and I started to set boundaries with people. I started to like speak up and to be like, what you just said is not okay. Like, that was not at all invited, and you had no right to talk to me like that. Please do not do that again. Like, I'll give you an example, and this was while I was off Tianeptine. So, like, this friend of mine, or from like Codependence Anonymous, whatever, she was kind of like my mentor for like a while and whatever. So basically I called her, I talked about something, and then she started to go off on me about how I'm like not parenting right, and how this is bad, and how I need to do this differently, and da 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 da, just on and on and on. And I kind of ended that call, and I'm like, Marilyn, I have to go, I'm sorry. And then after that conversation, I remember feeling really off, okay? I'm like, I feel really upset right now. Like, I feel really like something, this was not okay. Like, I just feel really unhappy. And I kind of paused and I thought, why am I unhappy right now? I kind of questioned myself, okay? I'm like, why am I unhappy right now? What's going on? You know? And then I'm like, oh, because Marilyn really overstepped the boundary. Like, that was not invited. I did not ask for her opinion on my parenting. I don't think I even really went into anything about it, you know? And she really went on this huge tangent, this whatever that she was going. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then I decided this was a bit scary, because I think when you set a boundary with somebody, they will either take it or they will go like F you kind of thing. And like the relationship could end there, I guess. But I decided I need to take care of myself. So I sent her this paragraph, whatever, explaining this whole thing, what I just told you guys. That what she said was not okay. I did not invite her opinion. I did not ask her how I should be parenting my son, whether this is okay or not. And even if I did, she has no right to tell me what kind of parent I am or am not. And I said, please do not do this again. This was not okay with me. That, whatever I said, you know, I was very happy with that. It was very like clean, not abusive, very straight, and whatever. And the funny thing is, I felt a bit like excited, a bit anxious, but very relieved. Very relieved. And after I sent that again, the unhappiness, the upset, whatever, really lifted. Like, it really, like, I felt so much better after I sent that. I was like, I'm taking care of myself. I am speaking my truth. I am not allowing somebody to step over me and to like make me feel like a little kid who doesn't know what she's doing. I already have gotten a lot of that from my parents. I don't need another controlling parent to be putting me down or whatever. So, and again, there were like many other things like that with some guys I dated and other relationships, whatever. And I was really happy for a while. And I just want to give you guys the reason of why I started taking Tianeptine. And this was definitely a big learning lesson for me. But so this was with my ex-employer, this job I was doing before as a UX designer. And at one point, I posted, like, he was on vacation, my boss was on vacation, I got COVID, and I wasn't sure who I should report to that I'm sick. Like, who should I tell that I'm, like, I have COVID, I don't exactly feel up to working or whatever. So I posted it in, like, this group chat kind of thing, and that was it. That was the only thing I did. What? In like 2 minutes, okay? Thank you, sunshine. So that was the only thing I did, pretty much. And then my boss comes back from vacation, and the first thing I hear, like, we have a meeting, and he starts kind of going on a rant and putting me down for making that post, that I should not have done that nobody cares that I have COVID, why would I be telling anybody about it, and just kind of on about what a horrible thing I did. And up until that point, he and I had like a pretty good relationship. I talked to a friend of mine, and she was like, probably his like boss or bosses went down on him about it, and now he decided to go on me, who had no idea that was not what I was supposed to do. Like, who was I supposed to report when he wasn't there? You know, what I was supposed to do, he didn't tell me anything along those lines. So that started this really heavy depression for me, where I wasn't sure what to do. I felt really, really wronged. I felt like I did not deserve to be talked the way he talked to me, and putting me down when I literally had no idea I was making a mistake. Like, he was treating me again like some kid or whatever. And normally my instinct would have been to talk to him and be like, boss, what you did, whatever. And I think that's what I should have done, no matter the boss, whatever, because I think my health comes first. That's the lesson I've learned. But I chose to keep quiet. I chose not to say anything. And I think I took it on myself. And I thought about this. I think it was almost like this perverse kind of vengeance, or kind of like, okay, I'll punish myself. It was really me kind of going back to my old patterns that are really quite unhealthy. It almost like this instinct, or this like, okay, so you are calling me whatever, you're going on me, so I'm gonna show you that I am, or something, and I'll feel like in control, or I'll feel like better or something. But the thing is, the depression was like really deep. It was really hard to work. It was beginning really like, it was really like, and I'm like, I need Tianeptine to get out of this. And I got it, and it was, it helped me to continue to work. It lifted depression. It was nice. But I still ended up losing the job because I think I had like resentment against him, and I felt like he was this kid who was like, someone abused him, so he's gonna abuse you in return, whatever. And I think what he did was really bad, and he didn't even talk to me about letting me go. This was like a few weeks after, whatever. He just shut me off and told some recruiter to tell me, basically. That was how he let me go. But I don't know. That was the experience, and Uh, it's it's not easy to stop something. Well, I think Tianeptine definitely works, but for me, it's like trial and error a bit, learning how to manage whatever. Now I'm off of it again. We'll see. I think I really need to take care of my mind so it doesn't go into crazy, obsessive, whatever. But I don't know. I think I'm kind of excited to see where it leads to next. Let's see. Maybe I'll call you. Maybe I'll do another video in a year and let you guys know. That's where I'm at. Let me know if you guys have any thoughts. I am excited about a lot of things that are happening though. I've auditioned for America's Got Talent. I'm building a really incredible app. I think I'm in a really healthy shape. I feel really healthy. I love to dance, and it's really easy to do that these days, which is awesome. All right. Bye, guys. Well, I also love chess, but that's neither here or there. Bye.